Hello everyone, it's back again with another video. It is Thursday and it is 12. I can't read the time. It's 12:45. I've just had breakfast, I've just had a shower, and I'm late with my video. Oh no. I thought I would have a chat, and I'm just filming on my camera, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to edit this, so hopefully I don't say anything stupid. I'm just going to upload it straight onto YouTube. Just use a generic thumbnail. Okay, so I thought I would talk about three different topics today. So first, exams. I've been a bit busy here and there with exams, but I'm still playing football. So you might be like, son, are you really busy? So yeah, I guess I am. Like I could be um, managing my time better. So for example, my parents are going out now to like Richmond Park or something to have a look at the flowers. But I said no, I think I should stay at home and study. I haven't started yet. I've been, over the exam period, I've been sleeping a bit late. I had a chat with a friend last night, which was quite nice. And I think what I'm going to do is, just talk about different topics. So in my exams, in April, I am going to have two exams. I've had the first one already on was it like last Monday or something? I can't remember. And it was like a long written exam. And then the next one, the final one, is on the 27th. And it is, called the CRE exam. It stands for Clinical Reasoning Exam. And it's where online we get x-rays and clinical photos, and we have to say, hey, that's some sort of a disease, or hey, that's how you manage it. And so that's what I'm preparing for. The different sort of topics in dentistry include orthodontics, periodontics. Is it periodontics? That sounds so strange. Um, Conservative dentistry, endodontology. Okay, so periodontology, endodontology, pediatric dentistry. There's also oral disease, which includes oral cancer and oral surgery and problems that arise in those topics as well. Um, Pretty sure I'm missing some. Oh, prosthodontics, which includes fixed and removable prosthodontics. So when you think of the word prosthesis, that's where you have an attachment on your body. So in the mouth, you can have prosthesis, such as dentures, which usually elderly people wear, and which are fake teeth. But also, if you want something that's fixed, something that won't fall out of your mouth by accident, some people prefer these things called bridges, which can bridge a gap between two teeth, if there's a missing teeth there, or missing tooth. Okay, so I'm looking forward to finishing because the weather is amazing. There we go. Yeah, but it's so bright you can't really see anything. And I just want to go outside, socialize, have fun, go for drinks, go for food and stuff like that, go for karaoke. Um, yeah, so that's it with exams. It's been 3 minutes, so I could talk about um, a new book that we're starting in my, the Bible study thing that I am a part of. So we finished the book of John, which was written by, most people believe, by one of the disciples of Jesus. And recently I've been having a sort of a Jesus craze. Recently, I've been watching like shows about the life of Jesus as well. It's called The Chosen. Check it out on YouTube. I actually find it really good. And I don't actually watch stuff like that, like Jesus shows. I'm not really into that. Like, I think the last one I saw was like Passion of the Christ, like ages ago when I was like 9, back when I lived in My Bridge Road, which is that's near Coombe Girls' School, I think. I used to live there. I remember watching that by myself. I was like crying, and I was like, it feels a bit weird. And then my parents walked in, and I was like, should I be watching this by myself? Because I think it's R-rated. It's a Mel Gibson movie, and it's fairly gory. The part where sort of the crucifixion happens. But yeah, it's a great tearjerker. And on the topic of Mel Gibson, if you don't know who he is, just search him up. He's a sort of a Hollywood American movie producer, but he's not really Hollywood. He lived in Australia as well, and now I think he a while ago set up his own sort of production company. My hands are getting tired. And what I'm trying to say is that he directed Passion of the Christ, which is sort of a story about Jesus and how he got crucified. And that was back in 2008. It's like 2004, so somewhere around there. And it's been about like 17 years or something. And they confirmed that they will make the sequel called Passion of the Christ Resurrection, which I'm really looking forward to. Before I wouldn't have cared, but since watching the show called The Chosen, just type in The Chosen and search on YouTube. But back to Passion of the Christ, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. You know, because it's directed by Mel Gibson, and he's a controversial character. He's someone that has had trouble in his past. So if you search up Mel Gibson, you'll find interviews about how when he got drunk, he did some drunk driving. He apologized for that, but what happened during his arrest was that it was said that he made anti-Semitic comments to the police officer who arrested him, and he, said things that he said he wouldn't have wanted to say, and so that obviously makes him seem like a horrible person. But I listened to the interview, and it was one of those interviews where the interviewer had to do her job to try and paint Mel Gibson as a strange character almost. I'm sure, she's a lovely person, but I think her job was to make news, make people interested in this guy, and almost put him in the seat of a scapegoat or something because he was quite a popular character. But what I'm trying to say is that Mel Gibson is he's very religious, and the way he handled sort of these attacks at his mistakes, often when you make a mistake, you'd hope that someone would understand, not judge you and forgive you. But with news and TV, what you want is for reactions and passion and anger to make better TV. I'm sure you guys know what I'm trying to say. But he tried his best to suppress his anger. I think he's got anger issues, which is fine. Everyone has problems. And I could see how he was trying to not get mad at the interviewer, basically. But okay, that's enough on Mel Gibson. So yeah, but I started talking about that because I wanted to talk about the new book that we have started last week on Thursday, called the Book of Esther. It's like maybe somewhere in the middle of the Bible. It's in the Old Testament. And so, yeah, Esther is a Jewish name. It's she was a sort of a Jewish woman who was exiled into Babylon, along with thousands of other Jews, thousands of years ago. And when miraculously her people were allowed to go back to Israel and Jerusalem to rebuild the temple, some people stayed in Babylon, and I think that was quite frowned upon by some people, because I think the chosen land was meant to be for the Israelites, and some people decided to stay in Babylon. Some people, I think, had okay lives in a new country, in a foreign country. But the story is of how her and her cousin, I think, called Mordecai, save her people from genocide. And that it's been about 9 minutes now. That brings me on to the topic of a people who might have gone through the most attempts at being genocided or killed, if you get what I mean. So what I'm trying to say is that the Jews are the most persecuted peoples in history, which is a bold statement, and I haven't studied history enough to actually back up my claim that I have just said, because lots of people might say, oh, it's maybe the people in Mozambique who got attacked by the ISIS, or you could say it's the Iraqis or the Syrians who were attacked by America, or you could say it's people here and there, and there's tons of stories. You could say it's the Koreans or the Sri Lankans, for various reasons. You could say it's the black population who were enslaved for hundreds of years, but if we take the Bible to be a true story, then the persecution started in Egypt, when the Israelites were in Egypt, and many of the boys were sentenced to death. Very young boys sentenced to death by Pharaoh himself, which I think is genocide. And that's where the story of Moses comes in, because Moses miraculously survived, and almost humorously, very ironically, in saving Moses, you guys know the story that mother put him on a little basket, put him in the river Nile, crocodiles didn't eat him. You've seen the movie, and he ends up in the arms and in the family of Pharaoh himself, who gave the law to kill people of Moses, or people of his nation, the Hebrews, the Israelites. Does that make sense? It's very ironic. It's a great story, whether you believe it's true or not. And then he ends up being this guy that brings the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, because that's, they were slaves there. Interesting fact is, Moses is not a perfect character. Most people in the Bible are not. He is a murderer. And yet we see how God uses murderers, prostitutes, sinners, horrible people to bring about his plan. I think that's one of the great stories, or what makes the Bible so great, because you get such great stories of the weak somehow being redeemed and doing great things for his nation, or for whatever goodness that God plans. So, so back to Esther. So genocide, so Esther genocide. So Egypt genocide, okay, and then there was another attempt. 비디오 찍어요. Say hello to mummy. Hello, mummy. She's going out with dad to Richmond Park. I'm not going to edit this. So that was the first one. What was the next one? I can't remember, but the next one potentially is the story in Esther, where the people of where Esther and Mordecai is, I think, around Susa, which is the capital of Persia, if I'm correct. So, I talked about Babylon and how the Israelites were in Babylon. They were exiled to Babylon, but then the Persians took over Babylon. So now the Israelites are still under the rule of other people. Now it's Persians, I think. Yeah. And the king is called Xerxes. And one of his people, if I remember the story correctly, wanted all the Jews killed again. I can't remember the reason why, because we've just started the Book of Esther. We've gone through chapters 1 and 2. But again, there's another genocide attempt. And then, the other one that we all know about in the 20th century was the Holocaust. So you see this pattern of people just wanting to eradicate Jewish people. And in fact, I'm forgetting the pogroms or the pilgrims or the pogroms in Russia. I think that was before the Holocaust, where Jews were killed. You have, events in Spain where the Jews were, again, persecuted. And even before that, where the Jews were in the Middle East and Israel, they were, they started to escape their land. And, this must be so confusing. But they were also persecuted in other Middle Eastern countries, because most people around that area, even today, don't like Israel. So my point is, the Jews in history, have shown lots of persecution. They have been persecuted. So this is such a weird video. I don't know what you guys are thinking at the moment, because I didn't really plan it. I wrote down 3 bullet points to talk about, okay? So I wrote down exams. I wrote down new book Esther. That's the second topic. And then I'm going to talk about exercise. Maybe I'll make this video about 5 minutes long. Before I go on to exercise, so back onto the TV show called The Chosen, the acting isn't like, some great movies. For example, the movie I really like is about therapy and about how broken people, it is about the lives of broken people, with Matt Damon, I think, and Robin Williams, who sadly passed away a while ago. It's called it's gonna really mess with me. I'll try and I'll leave in the comments the movie. But what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, so I'm trying to say that the acting isn't as good as other movies in the show called The Chosen. The acting isn't like, they're not hiring crazy good actors, but watch season 2, episode 3. Okay? Just skip to that, season 2, episode 3. And you have to watch the whole thing because the big sort of tearjerker is at the end, I think. Yeah, that made me cry a lot. And I've been telling a few people here and there to watch it because episode 1, season 1, I found a bit cringy because they were introducing the story of Jesus by telling us the context of how the Romans had taken over Israel, and they were Pharisees who were sort of Jewish leaders who are meant to be kind of like hypocritical and no one really likes them, but they have power. So that sort of the way they told the context, I found a bit cringy. Other people probably found it great, but so that actually put me off. But I kept watching it, and then I realized it's actually quite good. So season 2, episode 3, check it out. It's on YouTube or on their app or on their website, thechosen.tv or something. I sound like I work for them. Yeah, I found it really good. Exercise. So I don't know. Can you guys tell I'm exercising? I'm quite fit now. Trying to do a little bit of exercise every day, like every morning. So today I did back. So I did lower back. You can see the pole. What do you call it? A barbell. Yeah, not a pole. And then my weights. You can see my weights here and here. Okay, so I put them on and I did some lower back exercises, and it's really good. And I wish I'd been doing that previously, but I spent about £280 on a bench. Oh, there's a bench which can come down. There's the barbell, and then my weights. And I think hopefully within a year or two I'll get that sort of money back by exercising and doing the work. And I've been feeling a lot better. I've been trying to drink a lot more water, not alcohol. I've been trying to drink more water. It's been really helpful. And so I think exercise, when I think of exercise, I just think that we were designed to do some exercise, like almost every day. And I think if we don't do that, we're just going to find life a bit more difficult. And we do. From like primary school, secondary school, we're taught that if you don't exercise, you're more likely to get heart disease and all these problems. So I think most people know that, most people agree with that. But I think, yeah, we were designed to do some work, to do some manual labor. And if we don't, then not only does it affect us physically, but I think mentally as well. I think that affects us. And so I think it's difficult when someone like me has to study, or other office workers are sat down for hours and hours, and I don't think that's what we were really designed to do. I think we were designed to do a bit of traveling, do some farming here and there, just do some manual labor. Because if we look at our body, we've got muscles which are designed to contract and relax, and bones, and it's all designed for movement. But we also have an amazing brain that's designed to do lots of great things, like think and imagine and feel feelings. So, yeah, my point is that I've been finding exercise to be helpful. I can study for longer, if that makes sense. My back has been stronger, meaning that I can sit down for longer without having back pain, or without being tired and having to take like loads of breaks, which means that I can do work for longer. I'm more patient because if I work out and my body's more stable, then I don't have that problem, of physical fatigue, which can translate to being impatient because I don't have the energy to listen to others. I don't have the energy to take that extra step, to help others. So, yeah, and I think as a man, I think we should all exercise. So, I think I think I've been generally feeling a lot better by exercising and drinking more water. And I think it helped because during my gap year, I used to go to the gym, and I used to watch YouTube videos, and I'm not like an expert on working out, but like I sort of know what to do to work out my back or my legs or my arms or my shoulders, you know? So the only thing is I really don't like cardio. I don't like long distance running. It's just, I don't know, I just find it boring. But thankfully I play a bit of football. So on Mondays I play in a five-side league with some friends. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see me post humorous posts. I think they're quite funny. Yeah, so that's been very thankful, you know, very grateful for the friends that I have, because if I didn't have them, who would I be playing football with, right? So yeah. That's 20 minutes. It'll be interesting. I don't know how this is going to upload on YouTube straight away, but I'm just going to try it. And I hope you guys have a good day. If if you're not doing much, go outside. The weather's amazing. But if you're busy, I hope that you can have a productive day. And yeah, I'll sign off here. See you guys later. Bye.